So differentiating 5D, we have this tan function. So the derivative of this, so we'll call that y prime, is going to be differentiating the outside function first, so secant squared, and then inside function, I leave undifferentiated. But when I apply the chain rule, I'm going to have to now do the chain rule with the quotient rule, and I still have this embedded function, root x. Now, before I do that, I probably should have done this. Okay, so I'm just going to go back a step. In this root x, I think it'd be easier. So instead of dealing with it as an embedded function, we could have put it as a 1/2 power and write it like that, and then we end up with ln x. So now we can just deal with that as a coefficient. So this root x then is much easier to work with when we put that 1/2 power on the outside as a coefficient. So now we don't have to worry about this chain rule in dealing with the square root inside that log function. Okay, so I've differentiated the outside. Now I'm going to differentiate the inside using chain rule. So this becomes 1 over x. I'm going to actually maybe keep that up in the numerator here. So 1 over x times e to the x minus log x, and then differentiate e to the x, and then I square the denominator. So e to the 2x, and I'm going to keep that 1/2 out of the derivative. Okay, so there I've differentiated the inside function, and I'm going to now simplify this expression. So I get y prime is equal to secant squared log x over 2 e to the x. Okay, this is not times, so it can't be algebraically simplified. Out here I'm going to simplify the e to the x's, okay, and then I'm going to times everything by x over x, just to get rid of that divide by x. So I end up with 1 minus x log x. In the denominator, I have 2x e to the x. Now just double checking I've got everything right. So that 2 ends up in the denominator, the x cancels out. I've got an extra x in front of the log x because of the x in the numerator, and I've got an extra x in the denominator because of this x here. Okay, so there's my expression. It's important to note that that is one factor, and this is a separate factor. So we cannot, that log x to e to the x, please do not algebraically try to simplify expression, that part of the expression with the other part of the expression.